What's up, guys? Welcome back to Redline Reactions. I'm Evan, and today we are looking at Chokehold by Sleep Token. Now, this song came heavily requested, and I've been really excited to get to it because every time I hear Sleep Token, I learn something new. I mean, whether it's the depth of their music or something new that Vessel can do with his voice or some random thing that they put inside their songs, whether it's pop or rap or sexy token, as it's been explained to me, it's all awesome. And so I'm fired up. Let's get into it. Chokehold.
When we were made,
Breathy.
it was no accident. We were tangled up like branches in a flood. I come as a blade,
Ooh.
a sacred guardian. So you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood.
Wow. That's a crazy sound. It's interesting. So sometimes he'll alternate between leading in with breathy and exiting a line with like a more breathy sound. And then sometimes he'll just layer it on the way out. It's crazy though, because a lot of times if you try to sing like this, it's very difficult to enunciate properly because it kind of gives that feeling of, it gives the feeling it's not lazy, but it gives the feeling of like kind of laziness because you're not speaking like I am right now. And what was that last line? Like branches, right? You're kind of drawing this jaw down a little bit more than you normally would, but you can understand him all the time, and that's wonderful. Which is a weird thing to say. Let's see if we can hear it again.
So you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood. You got me in a chokehold. You got me in a chokehold. You got me in
Did you? Yeah. What is that? Ugh. But do you hear, even when it's at its like heaviest point with that big heavy metal riff, you can still hear the piano underneath? That's really cool. I don't know how they do that. because I thought that every kind of breakdowny riff like that would kind of drown out a piano, but I guess not. But someone please tell me what these bugs are. These giant, horrible metal bugs.
Beneath the stormy seas, above the mountain peaks, it's all the same to me. It makes no difference. I've seen my days unfold, done the impossible. I've turned my walls to gold to bring you home again. So show me that which I cannot see, even if it hurts me, even if I can't sleep. Oh, and knowing act out of a holy duty to be constantly.
Ooh. That was a weird ending. Gosh, he has a good voice. He has a really good voice. I don't know how he gets that like almost strobe-like vibrato. I did see. Thank you to all of you in the comments yesterday who revealed to me that he is in fact classically trained. And that his first instrument, I believe, was the piano, among other things. But I'm still a little confused with some of the visuals here. I know people said that there was sort of like a through line, so I'm gonna dive into that. But like, they're not giving us much to go on. Like these things are, it's so, I guess bizarre would be the right word, which isn't inherently negative. It's just strange. It's really strange. And I feel like I'm missing like one piece, at least one piece that kind of ties the music to what I'm seeing. But this was it was a really good song. I like the lyrics a lot. I will say though, it felt like they were kind of teasing me, and I wanted more of the heavy stuff, especially after I know what Vessel's capable of doing with his voice. I guess probably in the chorus, I would have liked a little bit more, like a little bit more of a punch, because they had those heavy riffs that were amazing, but it felt like they were just about to like crank it up, and then they didn't. Maybe that's by design. After what I've seen from Sleep Token, I wouldn't put it past them, because they don't seem like they're above messing with their fans in a good way. But um yeah, I would have loved to have heard a little bit more of those um kind of screams, deathcore vocals. Um that would have been fun. But regardless, this was a great song. Um Please keep flooding my comments with some context for me. I honestly, I would probably say that despite me feeling like they didn't quite push as hard as I personally would have wanted, and listen, what I want personally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's their art. It's their music. Okay, so I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying for my own like personal preference, I would have loved it. But I think of the three Sleep Token songs I've heard now, because I've heard The Summoning, Take Me Back to Eden, and now this. I think this is probably my favorite, which is weird because I like kind of the craziness, but I could see maybe listening to this like on a daily basis. Maybe the other two, maybe not so much. But please let me know where to go next. I am, however, because along with every request or with a lot of the requests for this song, came the request for me to react to the Will Ramos cover of this song. And so that's actually what I'm going to do right after this one. And I'll post it right after, well, it'll be the next video after this one. And I'll link it in the end screen, which should be right here. There's going to be a subscribe button as well. Hit that. There's going to be the Sleep Token playlist. Check that out. And then there's going to be the Will Ramos cover eventually. So yeah, anyways, check that out. And I will see you guys next time. I'll see you in the comments though first. Have a good one, guys.